Benson's.
Well, if there's one to be learned from this story, it's that you don't mess with 65-year-old Clarice Gainey.
Don't. Not even. Listen to what Clarice said when, this is what she did when she saw a 300-pound man trying to break into her car.
I took that bed and hit him upside a paya. He said, oh!
Clarice is a former softball player, go figure. She knows her way around a Louisville Slugger, that's for sure. So when that guy turned around and charged her, she was more than prepared. She says he's just lucky she only had a bat.
He better be glad I didn't have a gun, because I would have shot him. But this is my gun right here, because I was going, paya!
Couldn't you listen to her all night long?
She's no joke.
No. The man accused of trying to break into her car, Antonio Mosley, was arrested on charges of burglary and drug possession. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Not Clarice. This is a different story now.
Different story. We're moving on. Look at how this pontoon boat here ended up after a severe storm. This is in North Carolina. The pontoon somehow stuck hanging over the edge of a dam.
Whoa.
Wind pulled the boat from its dock, dragged it all the way down to the lake. No one was on board at the time. And then after the wind died down, the water levels dropped. They were finally able to retrieve the boat.
Look,
that video is unbelievable.
A long fall there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us. Local 4 News at 6 is next.
It is not very often you see the Michigan State Police descend on a prosecutor's office.
I recognize that, this doesn't look great.
Yet that's exactly what happened here today. And we're going to spell out exactly what the concerns are with the county that helped bring the investigation in the first place.
We're live tonight in River Rouge. You heard that story about a gas station clerk stabbed over a candy bar. Tonight we're learning there is so much more to that story. First and foremost, the security camera video of that vicious stabbing. Second, that clerk almost died. We'll hear from him. We'll show you that video.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
We're learning more about a scheme thieves have used to trick ATMs into giving them other people's money.
And a vicious attack inside a gas station in River Rouge left the clerk in serious danger. Now we're hearing from him as video shows how it all went down. And it all happened over a case of candy bars, if you can believe it, and other items.
We first told you last week about the incident inside the Citgo station on Jefferson in River Rouge. Well, now the clerk who paid a painful price for trying to stop a shoplifter is feeling well enough to talk about it. He spoke with our Sean Lay, who also has the surveillance video. And Sean, some of it is too severe to show.
That's right. So we want to warn people. This is a brutal attack caught on camera. We're going to show you just bits and pieces of it. Meantime, there seemed to be a lot more than meets the eye here at first. This was over much more than just a candy bar, and we're learning that that gas station clerk here in River Rouge almost lost his life.
After 30 seconds, I really did think I was going to die.
Speaking from his hospital bed, Mohammed Al-Hashmi says he shouldn't be alive.
By the time I got there, I flatlined.
Security camera video can show you why. In a vicious fight with a repeat shoplifter last week, Al-Hashmi is slashed across his neck, then stabbed in his leg. He lost so much blood he almost died. We have to blur the video that shows so much blood pouring out. The 22-year-old college student spent days in the ICU, needing surgery to repair all the damage.
There has to be something that kept me alive. Someone, some greater thing out there that, because I'm telling you, there's no reason I should be here. There's no reason. I mean, the knife came so close to.
Al-Hashmi has only been working at the River Rouge Citgo for a short time. Another twist is he says he was instructed by the shop owner to not allow anyone to steal from the store. That plus he says the gas station owner allegedly told him he doesn't have workers' comp insurance to help with his mounting medical bills, so he got an attorney.
In Michigan, if you have no workers' comp insurance, you're going to be held responsible for my client's injuries.
It was crazy. It was honestly something that is going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Back here live, we are told that the Citgo owner here will have some answers to the now very serious questions he is now facing about all of this sometime in the near future, maybe as early as tomorrow. Meantime, Mohammed, as you see there, he is still in the hospital. His bills are mounting. He has just established a GoFundMe page. We've linked it to our website. Click on Detroit.com. Back to you guys.
And Sean, what about the suspect in all of this? What's happening with him?
You know what? He was just charged late this afternoon. We're learning his name is Camry Wright. You saw him in the video there. He's 22 years old, facing 6 very serious charges. The first one is attempted murder on the clerk that you saw there.
All right, we'll be following this very closely. Thank you, Sean.
Former state police trooper Mark Bessner was found guilty today of the lesser charge of involuntary manslaughter. Bessner had faced a murder charge in the death of Detroit teenager Damon Grimes. This is the second trial in the case after the first ended in a mistrial. Bessner had used his taser on Grimes, who was riding an ATV. That caused him to lose control and crash and later die. Bessner is scheduled to be sentenced May 2nd. He was denied bond and will be in jail until his sentencing.
Macomb County's chief law enforcement officer is under state police investigation tonight. This is the story we've been following involving Prosecutor Eric Smith. This morning, detectives with MSP arrived at Smith's offices and then served a search warrant. They're looking to learn more about Smith's handling of forfeiture funds. Local 4's Rod Maloney live in Mount Clemens tonight. And Rod, when we mention forfeiture funds, that is money that's supposed to be used for specific police and law enforcement activities, right?
Yeah, that is the law, and it's money that's taken when a DUI vehicle is forfeited. They sell off that. They can use the proceeds also for drug busts and the like. And the money's supposed to go into an account that goes specifically to the law enforcement. And in fact, the county went ahead and got the checks from this account because it hadn't been audited before. And they say that there's a lot of stuff in here that's quite shady. And in fact, one of the people who led the charge in this is a county commissioner by the name of Leon Drolet.
I recognize that, you know, this doesn't look great.
And understated prosecutor Eric Smith reacted to Michigan State Police raiding his office for any and all forfeiture fund documents today. They left with a black banker's box full. But Macomb County Commissioner Leon Drolet has seen most of the evidence in this case because the county received the forfeiture account checks through a judge's order months ago.
Taxpayers pay a lot of taxes. They have a right to know that their dollars, the money that's being taken from them, is not being used for politicians' personal use. And the evidence is that's been going on with the county prosecutor.
Drolet copied a raft of checks that he found questionable, like $1,000 to the Chippewa Valley High School yearbook, allegedly for this ad with Smith's name on it.
When looking through those checks, we see checks being written for his high school yearbook, you know, the county prosecutor's alma mater, for the school that his kids go to, for all kinds of uses that have nothing to do with law enforcement.
Seeing things like this, he recommended and the county commission ordered a forensic audit. But Local 4 News has learned that Michigan State Police took over that forensic audit last week.
I will continue to be cooperative with the investigation and assist in any way so that state police can swiftly conduct their investigation and have this matter fully laid to rest and resolve the misinformation that's existed to date.
Now, it is likely that Eric Smith had an inkling that the MSP was going to be coming soon because it was last week when they took over the forensic audit that they sent a letter here to the county saying that the MSP had taken over that forensic audit and that they were going to be interviewing everybody involved in this situation. And so it probably was no surprise to him, though a surprise to us. Reporting live in Mount Clemens, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Busy day in Mount Clemens. All right, thank you, Rod.
It's a credit card scheme that saw 3 men rake in more than $200,000 in cash. Those men are accused of a skimming operation to steal money straight from people's bank accounts. Police say the men set up shop in an Oakland County apartment where they found cash and tools used to copy cards. They also raided a storage unit full of cash and supplies. Court records show the men will be ordered to give back the money they stole. They could also face prison time as well in this case.
The number of water shutoffs in the city of Detroit is down drastically compared to years past. The Detroit Water and Sewage Department is showing a more than 60% decrease this spring. Coco McAvoy has a story about why this is happening and how people are reacting to it.
The water shutoffs have been controversial because of the many barriers that homeowners face when they're trying to pay their bills. But now the director of the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department says they're seeing a dramatic decrease in the number of residents facing shutoffs. A quiet room with no lines at the water board building, a much different atmosphere than years past.
We had the United Nations right here in front of the building, rightfully so, protesting about the number of Detroiters that were shut off.
But now, Director Gary Brown says less residents are facing the dreaded shutoffs. There are 5,600 people at risk this year, compared to 17,000 last year. And they're also seeing higher collection rates.
We're collecting now 93% of what we bill,
which is bringing more money into the city, $65 million to be exact.
We don't have to pass that bad debt on to our customers.
But the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization is pushing back on the celebration.
Any entity that lords over turning water off where there are seniors, low-income children, disabled, veterans, they cannot take themselves to be serious and cannot take yourself to be good.
Maureen Taylor has her concerns about the people still at risk.
5,000 people left without water. Okay, not good at all. We can do better.
The department's goal is to do better, with a big goal ahead.
Absolutely, next year, no shutoffs.
That's what the department is aiming for. But for now, they're focused on continuing to decrease the numbers. And the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department believes its assistance programs are really helping people pay their bills. We've got a full breakdown of the numbers on our website, clickondetroit.com. Reporting live this evening, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
Thank you, Coco.
More orange barrel alerts on I-75 this weekend. MDOT is closing Livernois Road under I-75 for bridge demolition in Oakland County. Work starts Friday night at 10. This is part of the I-75 modernization project that involves fixing 18 bridges over 2 years. If you need to get through, there will be some detours on Big Beaver, Crooks, and Maple roads. Crews are expected to be finished before Monday morning's rush hour. Jeopardy host Alex Trebek is giving viewers an update on his health as he battles pancreatic cancer.
He's hosted 50 episodes since his diagnosis and just wrapped up season 35.
Despite what you may have heard, I'm feeling good. I'm continuing with my therapy, and the staff, is already working on our next season, the 36th year of Jeopardy. So I look forward to seeing you once again in September with all kinds of good stuff.
So many viewers are so excited about that
pulling
update.
for 'em.
Trebek is expected to start filming episodes for season 36 in July, and you can catch Jeopardy here on Local 4 starting at 7:30.
It's pretty exciting these days. Let's see what Lester Holt and his team are working on for Nightly News tonight immediately following our broadcast.
Lester joins us live from New York City with a preview. Hi, Lester.
Hey, Karen and Jason. Coming up, terrifying takeoff. The close call on the runway that was far more serious than first revealed, plus the incredible medical breakthrough that saved the life of a baby boy and more like him from a rare genetic disease.
And Lester, from what I understand, this disorder is called the bubble boy disease. Usually kills children within a year.
Yeah, even a common cold can be deadly to these kids. Tonight, you're going to meet the baby boy, though, who doctors say is now cured, and the incredible science and what they were able to do to get him there. We'll have that when we see you just a short time from now.
Looking forward to that special report. We appreciate it. Thank you, Lester. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Still to come, sedans may be fading away, but cars are not dying out completely. Just ask these horsepower junkies who got together to celebrate one car that's not going away anytime soon.
Plus, our good friend Ben is here. Hey, Ben.
Karen, the Midwest threw a 70s party today, and we did not get invited. But tomorrow, we will get in on the fun. We'll check out tomorrow's numbers and our thunderstorm chances coming up.
All right. A breakfast time Hall of Famer, part of a new health warning about cancer. How much bacon might be too much? Ahead in Good Health.
In good health tonight, concerning statistics on gun safety and older adults, plus some bad news for bacon lovers.
But first, Dr. McGeorge is here with an update on 2 new measles cases that were reported in Metro Detroit.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we just learned about another one in the past hour. So we heard about 2 new cases this morning and now a 3rd new case late this afternoon. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services says 2 of those new cases are in Oakland County. The other is the first case reported in the city of Detroit. That brings the total count up to 43 cases since March 13th. Now, there are new exposure locations in Oak Park, plus Kent County and Ingham County. So for the updated list, go to clickondetroit.com. Now, a new study finds many older adults do not store their guns safely. Researchers looked at over 4,400 seniors who owned at least 1 firearm. Nearly a quarter stored their weapons unlocked and loaded, even if they suffered from memory loss or depression. Now, experts obviously say these findings are concerning because 91% of all gun-related deaths among older adults are self-inflicted. Now, finally, very few people are going to want to hear this, but you might want to cut back on bacon. A new study finds people who ate 1 or more slices of bacon every day were at a greater risk of developing colorectal cancer. In fact, eating 3 slices of bacon a day rather than just 1 could increase the risk of bowel cancer by 20%. Now, the study did also find processed meat showed similar impact, but further study was needed to really identify how much.
Who's eating bacon every day?
Well, it's right. This is every day.
Who does that?
I don't eat it every day. I'll give you that.
Bacon, and also bacon. I'll be fully involved with that further.
With that other study,
yeah.
sign you
more
up.
study needed. We'll study.
You're going to study.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Doc, for the warning.
Yeah. Pony car fans take heart. It's National Mustang Day. Even as Ford plans to kill off once popular sedans, it's keeping the Mustang, which has become one of the auto industry's most iconic vehicles.
It is a cool car. To celebrate the 55th anniversary of the vehicle, Ford held a little get-together at their headquarters over in Dearborn. Kim DeGiulio introduces us to some of the Mustang family.
April 17th is National Mustang Day, and what better way to celebrate than right here at the world headquarters in Dearborn with hundreds of Mustang owners. Ford Motor Company showed off their newest models of the Mustang to celebrate the birthday of the first Mustang, which debuted 55 years ago today. However, today's celebration was more about the Mustang family.
You bring the whole, what we call the tribe together, the Mustang tribe, and get everybody together and really get to see how much people love Mustang.
Celebrating with the Mustang tribe was Bob Marshall.
Good morning. How you doing? Good, how are you?
A proud light green 1969 Shelby GT500 owner.
How long you owned it? I've had this car about 5 years.
He found his car on Craigslist and had to get it. After all, it was the same model and color his mom used to have.
That's just part of my Ford heritage, I guess.
Chris LaFata comes from a whole Mustang family.
We have 3 or 4 Mustangs.
Her love for the car started early. It was the first car she ever owned.
I saved my money and bought a Mustang. It was 1966 and it was silver blue.
Chris says there's just something about being a Mustang owner, and she'll never miss a chance to celebrate the car she loves with other Mustang lovers.
We all have something in common that we all enjoy.
It's clear that the Ford Mustang has come a long way since it was first introduced back in 1964, but it still remains a bestseller today and loved by so many around the world. Reporting in Dearborn, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
It's a cool car.
It's an awesome car. My first car was almost a Mustang. I couldn't quite get the money in time.
Yeah.
And then it didn't.
It was almost a Mustang. I've never heard that described. All right, let's bring in Ben.
Ben made a good point. If I had gotten that, I probably wouldn't be here today.
You'd probably drive it way too fast.
18-year-old Colthorpe.
Oh, what a mess.
It would have been bad.
Watch yourself on the roads tonight in a couple spots, though, because of the showers we're expecting. Here's 4 Live radar, and even though most of us have been dry today, some of us are not going to finish that way. Our south zone now getting some showers in parts of Lenawee County. These are light. They're not going to last very long. In fact, that's pretty much the back edge of it. But up here in our north zone, we've already seen a few showers. In fact, there was a pretty good thunderstorm rolling out of Saginaw there, kind of paralleling the lake shores. It heads up towards the Thumb. Lightning has calmed down a bit, but still out there as it heads into Huron County. So we're going to get wet at the edges is a good way to put it tonight. Most of us are going to stay dry, and then you look off to the south and west, and you can start to see the beginnings of a line of thunderstorms out there in central Iowa. That is going to be in here tomorrow, and that's going to be our best chance of seeing wet weather on Thursday. So we're at 57 right now with those cloudy skies, 10-mile-an-hour wind. Seemed like everybody got in on the 70s today, and we just couldn't get there. It was all south of this warm front, so once that front lifts north tonight, that will allow the warmer temperatures to move in. Our low is coming at midnight, and we'll see those numbers rise through the overnight hours. We'll wake up to temperatures at 60, and then we will touch 70, albeit for probably an hour or two tomorrow afternoon. Chances of rain, there's going to be some around here late morning into the midday hours. The better chance of a shower or thunderstorm is coming just in front of the cold front, and that's going to be at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So once these thunderstorms start to get going, tomorrow afternoon, that's going to pretty much put the kibosh on the 70s as we go into the evening. Cooling down considerably as we finish out the work week, but we're not done with the rain. We will be seeing areas of rain sort of bubble up here on Friday morning. Best chance will be in the first part of Friday. And then on Saturday, it's just the opposite. We're going to see chances exist in the second half of Saturday. So with those thunderstorms that we are expecting tomorrow, the good news is nothing is going to be severe. The marginal risk does not even extend to Lake Michigan. The bad news is this is some of those spots that just got hammered this weekend with those twisters, and they're still recovering down there. They're under an enhanced risk tomorrow, so we'll have to pay close attention to that. 49 tonight. High temperatures tomorrow, as we mentioned, are going to get to 70 in some spots. One of those spots is going to be our official high at Metro tomorrow, but a lot of the east side locations are probably going to have to make do with the upper 60s, which still above average and not bad. South zone anywhere between 67 and 70 is what we're expecting tomorrow. West zone, this is primarily going to be the upper 60s. We'll see a 71 down there in Ann Arbor, and our north zone tomorrow anywhere between the upper 60s and maybe some low 70s there before that front comes through. So cooler temperatures starting the weekend. Easter does not look half bad with a 67-degree high and possibly a sprinkle. And then we sort of settle down next week. We get rid of most of those rain chances, 60-degree highs, just kind of chill.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, mowing the lawn. Sure. Thanks.
Bernie's coming up next with a Pistons Game 2 preview.